Although Portugal has the best three centre-back pairing in the Euros right now, 2020 Euros, they have Fonte that won the League One from PSG with Lille. They have Ruben Dias that won the Premier League and was the best player in the Premier League and is currently seen as the best defender in the world based on form, above Sergio Ramos. And they have Pepe, who was in that Porto team that knocked out Cristiano Ronaldo and held him to a point where he was almost ineffective. Although they have three of them, three of the best centre backs in the world currently, they have a defensive problem. And that can be seen in their wing backs, Guerrero on the left and Semedo on the right. And that was what Germany exploited. The German coach placed Gosens on the far left, ensuring that Gosens was on the far left, but Semedo was more closer to the box. So that left Gosens a lot of space to operate. Because when Portugal defends, they defend closer to the box, leaving the outer space very open. And when Germany will switch the ball over to the next wing with Gosens and then Kimmich on the right and Gosens on the left, it was cleanly open. And as a result of that, the German team took radical and critical advantage of that, and they ran Portugal out of the building. They would just cross the ball over to Gosens. Gosens was a current and continuous threat to Semedo, to the whole Portuguese team. They couldn't handle him. And the challenge is that Semedo would overlap. And before he recovered, then Pepe has to cover up for him. And Carvalho, William, the DM of Portugal, is not strong, is not fast enough to recover for Semedo. As a result of that, because they have William, they are playing William as a DM, and they are playing Pereira. Those guys are not fast enough. So when Semedo overlaps, Gosens is left open, and that's how they scored. That's how they scored the wing backs. That's how they scored. The wing back, the first goal was an own goal. The second goal was an own goal. Were crosses, and they ended up in own goals. Guerrero's goal, the fourth goal, was a cross from the right, came to Guerrero on the left. He headed the ball, and that was it. It was a goal because Semedo his eyes was not on Guerrero. So Portugal need to fix their defensive alignment, their defensive positions. They cannot defend close to the box against somebody that can play on the wing. That is terrible. You're leading 1-0 and you can't hold your lead because you are coming into the box when you're defending as a right wing back. Semedo plays as a right wing back, not as a right back. He plays as a right wing back. So you are supposed to cover that situation right there. But instead, you allowed Gosens to run you riot. So that was a challenge with Portugal today. Semedo will overlap. There is nobody to cover up. They did not have. If Renato Sanchez would have started, he's fast enough to cover up for Semedo while Semedo is trying to recover, so that Gosens will not make a mock of the whole situation. And then on the other side, you have Kimmich, and Guerrero is running around, and William and Pereira cannot recover. And as a result of that, they ran Portugal out. They scored a lot of goals, 4 goals already. Not supposed to happen. Portugal has a better defense than what they're showing. It's as if they have a bad defense, but no, they don't have a bad defense. It's just the defensive positions. You can't be close to the box playing against a German team that wants to play out on the wing. So that means that when you're rushing out to defend, when the person gets the ball, he's in acres of space. So you now start reactionary situation where you're running to him to press the ball, and then he has made up his mind of what he wants to do because you gave him a lot of time. So by the time you're running out, you are leaving Ruben Dias and Pepe, you are leaving them open. So that was the situation. They just kept crossing the ball, and it was a terrible situation for Portugal. Now Germany, on their other hand, they have one of the 3 slowest center backs that is in these Euros. Their 3 center backs are very slow, and that's going to be a problem. That was the problem against France and all of that. But that problem did not show today so much, except the first goal where Cristiano Ronaldo around all of them has scored and all of that. But in the context of the match, it was not so obvious because Germany played to their strength. They play so much to their strength, which is wing attack. in such a way that even if when Portugal was attacking them, once they won the ball, they cleared it to the wing. So everything was just like that. And Portugal could not establish strength. So Portugal needs to fix that situation. William is a good DM, yes. It's a good defensive midfielder. But to play William and Pereira, and then you are playing Semedo, and Semedo can overlap, and they are not fast enough to recover for him. You leave that whole situation open right there, and you leave the other side open with Guerrero. So they need to either put Semedo to defend outright to the right and ensure that he doesn't overlap so much, or they play Renato Sanchez. That's the situation. This was a terrible match. It was not a representation of Portugal. I felt that they could have played better, but then at the end of the day, Germany exploited their weakness. Oh, this was a masterclass by the German coach. This was a masterclass. He really studied them and he outplayed them, and this was a very tactical match. Now, this has been the episode of Stone Avenue, Africa's #1 football podcast, Africa's #1 football show. Till next episode, bye for now.